As we age, our bodies undergo significant changes, and adapting our fitness routines becomes essential to stay healthy and injury-free. For men over 40, this doesn't mean slowing down or abandoning your fitness goals. It's about training smarter and working within your body's evolving limits. In this video, we'll explore 10 exercises that men over 40 should consider avoiding. While these movements might be popular, they can often do more harm than good, putting unnecessary strain on your joints, muscles, and tendons. After all, there's no sense in pushing yourself to the limit only to end up sidelined with an injury for months, right? Stick around until the end because number 4 on this list is particularly risky for this stage of life. Let's dive in and learn how to protect your body while staying strong and active. Number 10. Leg press machine. The fixed position and limited range of motion on the leg press machine can place uneven stress on the knee and hip joints, particularly when lifting heavy weights. This unnatural strain can increase the risk of joint discomfort or injury over time. Another concern is the seat angle, which often forces the lower back into a compromised position. This can lead to excessive compression on the spinal discs, raising the risk of lower back pain or aggravating existing conditions like herniated or bulging discs. Additionally, the leg press often encourages the use of extremely heavy weights. While this might seem like a fast track to building strength, it can actually create muscle imbalances and reduce control over movement patterns. Overloading the machine also increases the likelihood of locking the knees at full extension, which can put excessive pressure on the ligaments and joints, potentially leading to serious injuries. Number 9. Traditional crunches. Traditional crunches performed with repetitive trunk flexion from a lying position place significant stress on the lower back and neck. Due to the repetitive flexion and extension movement, this can be harmful for individuals who already experience reduced joint mobility wear and tear on invertebral discs or muscle imbalances. Common with aging, moreover, this movement primarily engages superficial abdominal muscles, such as the rectus abdominis, without effectively involving the deep core muscles like the transverse abdominis and internal obliques, which are essential for spinal stability and injury prevention. The pressure on the lower back during certain exercises, like crunches, stems from repetitive flexion, which compresses the intervertebral discs. This can worsen or even trigger issues like herniated or bulging discs, especially for those with pre-existing weaknesses in the area. Similarly, the neck is often at risk during these movements. The pulling motion used to lift the torso is frequently performed incorrectly, causing overuse of the neck muscles. Over time, this can lead to tension, pain, or even injuries. To work the core more safely and effectively, consider replacing traditional crunches with the plank. This isometric exercise not only engages the superficial muscles, but also activates the deeper core muscles, offering a more comprehensive and functional strengthening workout. The plank minimizes pressure on the lower back and neck by maintaining a neutral spine position, while also enhancing trunk stability and overall core strength. Number 8. Free weight bench press. Although highly effective for developing the chest, shoulders, and triceps, we strongly advise against the free weight bench press due to the associated risks, especially for those training without a spotter. The biggest challenge lies in safely progressing with heavier loads, as a failure during the movement could cause the barbell to fall onto the chest, neck, or face, leading to severe injuries. Additionally, the free weight bench press demands flawless technique to avoid unnecessary strain on the shoulders and spine. The need to stabilize the bar while working with heavy weights can result in muscle imbalances or increase the risk of joint injuries, particularly if there are pre-existing issues in the shoulders or wrists. Common concerns as we age: safer and more effective. Alternatives include dumbbell bench presses or machine presses. The dumbbell bench press offers a greater range of motion, allowing your arms to lower further during the eccentric phase, which better engages the chest muscles and provides a more comprehensive stimulus. Furthermore, in case of failure, dumbbells can be easily dropped to the sides, reducing the risk of accidents. Machine bench presses, on the other hand, eliminate the need for stabilization, providing complete support throughout the movement. This allows you to focus entirely on the muscular effort without worrying about safety. Even when training alone, the machine also maintains a consistent movement path, minimizing the risk of overloading the shoulders and joints. Before we move on, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss the best health and fitness tips, and let us know in the comments which city you're watching from. Number 7. Dumbbell Fly. This movement requires a wide range of motion with extended arms, increasing tension on the shoulder and elbow joints, areas that often experience natural wear or reduced stability. Due to aging for the shoulders, the dumbbell fly puts the joint in a vulnerable position, especially during the eccentric phase of the movement, when the dumbbells lower and the arms move away from the body. This positioning can place excessive stress on the rotator cuff, a group of muscles and tendons essential for shoulder stabilization, and may contribute to conditions like impingement syndrome or overuse injuries. As for the elbows, even though the movement seems straightforward, the effort required to keep the arms slightly bent and stabilize. The dumb throughout the motion can overload the tendons, particularly the elbow extensors. A safer and more effective alternative is the machine fly, which provides better support during the movement. The machine guides the trajectory of the arms, eliminating the need for excessive stabilization by the shoulders and elbows, significantly reducing the risk of injury. Number 6. Push-ups. Too close together. Push-ups with hands placed very close together, commonly known as diamond push-ups, are often used to target the triceps. However, the narrow position creates a sharper wrist flexion angle, forcing them to bear excessive load throughout the movement. This can lead to joint pain, inflammation, and even chronic injuries such as carpal tunnel syndrome. Additionally, concentrating weight on a smaller area significantly increases tension on the elbows. Overloading structures, like the triceps tendon with aging tendons, become less elastic and more prone to micro tears. From competitive movements, making this exercise even more problematic, if there's a history of wrist or elbow pain or inflammation, the risk of exacerbation is even higher. A safer alternative to work the triceps and chest in a balanced way is the traditional push-up with hands positioned slightly farther apart. Just beyond shoulder width, this variation better distributes the load among the chest, triceps, and shoulders, reducing stress on the wrists and elbows. Number 5. Barbell shoulder press. The behind-the-head shoulder press is an exercise that requires significant range of motion and a specific shoulder position that does not always align with the natural biomechanics of this joint. Especially as we age after 40, the body undergoes changes, including reduced joint mobility, decreased tendon and ligament elasticity, and often pre-existing injuries or inflammations like tendinitis or BTIS. This combination makes this exercise particularly risky when performed with the barbell behind the head. The movement forces the shoulders into an exaggerated external rotation combined with elevation. This significantly increases the risk of injuries such as impingement syndrome, especially if there are muscle imbalances or mobility restrictions. To minimize these risks while still effectively working the deltoids, the dumbbell shoulder press is an excellent alternative. This exercise allows for greater freedom of movement, reducing the need for extreme external rotation. Additionally, dumbbells let you adjust the working angle and trajectory, making the motion more comfortable and safer for individuals with mobility limitations when performed seated with the back supported by an inclined bench. This exercise offers greater stability and control, reducing the risk of injuries to the shoulders and spine. Number 4. Front raises for shoulders. This exercise places significant strain on the supraspinatus tendon and the shoulder joint, which are already heavily stressed by many daily movements and other strength training exercises, such as bench presses and shoulder presses. The main issue with the front raise is that it often exacerbates an existing muscle imbalance, as the anterior deltoids are already heavily engaged in pushing exercises. This can lead to chronic overuse and conditions like impingement syndrome or shoulder tendinitis. Furthermore, exaggerated ranges of motion during front raises can cause discomfort or even injuries, especially for individuals with reduced mobility or a history of shoulder pain. A more effective and safer alternative is to focus on movements that prioritize the lateral and posterior deltoids. Promoting more balanced and symmetrical shoulder development exercises, such as lateral raises with dumbbells, are an excellent option as they isolate the lateral deltoids with minimal risk to the joints. Another variation is the reverse fly performed with dumbbells on a machine or with cables, which targets the posterior deltoids, strengthening the back of the shoulders and improving overall joint stability. Number 3. Deadlift. The deadlift is an incredibly effective exercise for developing total body strength, but it's also one of the most technical and demanding movements, which can make it risky, especially after the age of 40. This exercise requires perfect spinal alignment, total control of the movement, and balanced activation of multiple muscle groups, including the lower back glutes, hamstrings, lats, and core. Any execution error, such as rounding the back, excessive load, or imbalanced muscle activation, can lead to serious injuries, such as herniated discs, muscle strains, or nerve compressions. Another critical concern is the significant compressive load the deadlift places on the spine, even with proper execution. This compression can become problematic for individuals with a history of back pain, disc degeneration, or other common lumbar issues associated with aging. Additionally, the joints in the knees, hips, and even wrists can be overburdened depending on the movement pattern and the use of heavy loads. Number 2. Upright row with a barbell. The position required for this movement increases the risk of compressing the soft tissues around the subacromial space, where crucial structures such as the rotator cuff tendons and the subacromial bursa are located. This type of compression is a primary factor in the development of impingement syndrome and shoulder tendinitis conditions that can cause chronic pain and limit movement, making not only workouts but also everyday activities difficult. Additionally, the movement often involves moderate to heavy loads, which combined with internal shoulder rotation can overload the tendons and stabilizing muscles like the supraspinatus, leading to inflammation or partial tears over time. The risk of rotator cuff tendinitis or biceps long head tendon issues increases significantly, especially in individuals with pre-existing muscle imbalances or reduced mobility. Common concerns after 40, a safe and effective alternative to replace the upright row with a barbell is the classic lateral raise with dumbbells, which targets the lateral deltoids. Additionally, exercises like dumbbell shrugs can be included to focus on the trapezius muscles without the risks associated with the traditional upright row. Number 1. Plyometric exercises. Plyometric exercises known for involving explosive movements such as jumps, dynamic lunges, and bounds are highly effective for developing power and agility. After the age of 40, bone density and the body's ability to absorb impact naturally decline. This increases the risk of stress fractures and joint overload, especially during high-impact exercises like repetitive jumping. Another major concern is that plyometric exercises demand a high level of motor control, muscular strength, and joint stability to be performed safely. These qualities are more common in younger individuals or highly trained athletes. Without them, the likelihood of improper form or execution errors rises, which can lead to sprains, knee or ankle injuries, or even spinal issues. Even for those who are well-trained, recovery from such intense exercises slows down with age. This can disrupt consistency and hinder long-term progress in your fitness journey. And here's something crucial to keep in mind. As you age, the muscle gains you achieve from these high-impact exercises may be minimal compared to the risks they pose. Remember, staying active and healthy after 40 isn't about pushing your body to its limits. It's about training smarter, not harder. Focus on exercises that protect your joints, enhance stability, and promote long-term progress without unnecessary risks. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on staying fit and injury-free at any age. Let's prioritize longevity and strength together. What's your go-to exercise after 40? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you.